Well, hello, hello, hello. What up, everybody? Let me turn the lights on in here. Today is a very special day because I am just going sample hunting, just trying to make some weird noises. So there is no purpose whatsoever to this session other than to find and make some interesting noises. There's no song attached to this. This is purely just messing around. So if you're here to take a look at, just how I go about making some weird sounding shit, you're in the right place. If you're here to see how these sounds will fit into the context of a song, this isn't quite going to be that today. So let me just get my lights all queued up so you guys can see me. But this is fun. I was excited to hop on here because I already got a little bit of a sound, which I'll show you in a sec. There we go. But yo, check this out. It might be loud, but yo, just like. So just making weird noises. Yeah, I've been messing around with the automation of this Valhalla reverb, and it really it brings these songs to life, and it kind of reminds me of Muerte in like his kind of dubstep chunks. It's like very lasery, very interesting. So I'm just gonna mess around with that. So as you can see, this is literally just if this was not processed here, this is what this would sound like. It's literally just a brass stab, but with all the processing, it goes from this to this. So sick, so freaking sick. So I'm gonna basically hunt for some samples to put in here to see if we can make it sound even cooler. So I'm just gonna do bass stamp. See what that sounds like. That could be cool. I want something relatively clean-ish because I feel like with all the... Is it snowing outside? Bro, that is not cool. I can't believe it. It's actually snowing. I thought winter was over. That could be a cool one. All right, let's put that in there. So let's just get our little bag of tricks here. Just put some samples in here, and then we're gonna play around with them. Ooh, that one could be interesting. So let's see what this sounds like. So right now, so let's see what happens if I put that in there. That sounds pretty gnarly. Let's see what key is this in. This is F, so this needs to be up one. I knew it sounded close. Maybe. Yeah, that sounds pretty sick. Jing chong. Wait, I want this sample, but I want to. That sounds sick. Now what else we got here? Let's try putting that in there. Why not? Ooh. Fucking hell. Bro. That's pretty gnarly. It's so funny. I watched this masterclass that Muerte did, one of my favorite dubstep producers. Here, I don't know if I can play his music on here. Muerte, without getting DMCA or whatever. But this is not me. This is just an artist that I took this little masterclass from, and it was $30 online, and it's freaking phenomenal. So I highly recommend it. But basically, one of the things that he was talking about was really around just using samples, because for the longest time in dubstep production and just regular production, I never really worked with audio. I only did synth stuff. So, I would spend 45 minutes, hours and hours just creating these little presets, and it was fun. I learned obviously a lot about how to make the sounds that I kind of heard in my head, but it takes a really long time, and also like it kind of sucks away the creative inspiration sometimes. So here, if I just wanted to come into the studio, which I literally did, I was like, yo, I'm feeling kind of hard as nails. Like, I just want to make something that goes boom, 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 boom. How can I do that and feel inspired and just kind of like hop into it? And just taking some samples and adding some processing. Like, I got to this in like 10 minutes. I mean, obviously I kind of know things to do and I know things to try, which I'll kind of show you as I kind of go along and make a little bit more progress. But like, working with audio has been a big kind of revolution in my approach to making these kind of interesting sounds. So anyway, so let's keep hunting for samples. We're just playing around here. Maybe a little wob. Oh, I feel like the end of that, like the tail, because it has a little bit of like a kick thingy. Like if I took this, that could sound interesting. Let's just throw it no place in particular here. And you know what? Before we even listen to it, let's try reversing it. See what that sounds like. Ooh. So that's a good stab, and it's also like a good lead in. So maybe like put it right here and just kind of have it be like the suck, like right before it hits. No. Maybe take it and reverse it and add like a little bit more. Put that on the other end, like have it be a lot of reverb and then no reverb. This needs to be more attacky, like ching. Let's try that. Yeah, play around with it. Actually, that didn't sound too bad as like its own little stab. Yeah, that's cool. Now let's maybe add something like right in the middle. Like let's get weird with it. Like let's put a percussion right in the middle of those things and just like see what happens. That could be kind of cool. Because this is all, the fun thing about this is that, one, it's samples. So to get even the bass sounds, it's pretty, easy-ish to just kind of go ham and put a bunch of bass samples. But also, I basically have one bit of processing that's applying to any and all of these samples. So in addition to the bass sounds, I could add little fills within that same kind of row, and the same processing will apply. So it'll sound really kind of cohesive. So let's try adding some like weird stuff in here. Like I don't know, can we put a fart noise? Like, oh, there's no fart noises? I don't know, just see what happens. That is disgusting, but let's see let's see what we can do. Whoa, that is a weird waveform. Oh my goodness. This is not. Let's go back. Oh, rat-a-tat. I'm sorry. I'm just having fun with it, to be honest. I just wanted to see what it would sound like in here, and it didn't disappoint. That noise is just inherently hilarious. The funny thing is, it actually acts as like a good lead-in to the other sound if I like maybe add a little bit more of a fade. We like. All right, I gotta get rid of this. It's too distracting. That perk almost just sounds good on its own. I was gonna put that in there as like let's call this perks. Do a little drum. This is literally just a kick and a snare, so there's nothing else happening. Again, very simple, but when these sounds themselves are like so they're full. Every chunk here is like a discrete unit So you don't need a ton of other things, although a little bit of rhythm aside from the kick and snare are gonna help like drive it forward. But let's add a quick little side chain here, just so it's because that's what I like to do. Do a little shaper box. Boom, boom. We'll just call this side chain group. Side chain volume. We're gonna go side chain, boop, and then we're gonna go audio. It's only gonna happen in audio. It's only gonna happen when the main kick is happening. So we already named that main kick. So we'll say main kick. Boom. See if this is working as we expect. We'll make this really tight. Yeah, boom. And this isn't a low end instrument. So I don't need it to be like, this isn't for the mix. Like this isn't, GS and Rat-a-tat. This is Ableton 12. So I'm honestly kind of learning it myself as I go along. All the stuff I'm doing right now is just like, everything here is, the only thing that's Ableton 12 specific is this distortion, this roar. Whoa, I didn't even know you could do that. Again, I'm learning this as I go. But it seemed kind of interesting. So these are the sounds without this roar kind of distortion module. This is it with it. So one of the things that I was kind of messing around with was you can do like mid and side distortion separately. So if you can see here, right here. So these are the mids, which I'm using like one distortion algorithm, so the full recto, and I'm using digital kind of distortion on the sides. So it's a little hard to hear with all the other stuff going on, but it widens it up a little bit because it's distorting the sides, and just by virtue of doing that, making them a little bit louder in a pleasant way. So just kind of something I was messing around with. But yeah, Live 12 is so far pretty darn good. But anyway, so let's do what we were going to try to do here and put some like perks in here. See if this works. Whoa. You know what? This could even be. Let's see. I would say 12 is worth getting. But you know, it depends. DJ Rams, sorry. What's up? I would say it's worth getting. But you know, I mean, this is what I do for hours a day, every day. So, I mean, I definitely want to be kind of up on what they've added, but just like overall impressions, it's pretty quick. I think there are more interesting module, like as you mentioned, like the roar module. Like I think that there's just like more ways to do stuff in Ableton that you'd have to use plugins for before, like some of those more interesting distortion modules. Like for the recto distortion, I specifically like that sound of distortion. So I actually have a plugin. I have a Stream Deck here where I don't know if I can lift it up without breaking my setup, but there's literally a button that says recto distortion that loads up a shaper box that kind of has that sound. But again, now I don't have to do that. I can just load it up in Ableton. So I feel like it'll kind of let you get more, play around a little bit more. But yeah, so far it's definitely, it's pretty cool. So let's keep playing around here. What other sounds? No more farts. What other sounds? Maybe like a can opening. Could be kind of cool. Why not? I feel like I remembered that sound being cool before, so let's try it here. Maybe this one. Put it here. Whoops. See what happens. Now I feel like I don't want to add too much because there's like boom, boom, rhythm. So maybe I'll do. Could be kind of cool. Let's see. They seem to be selling Roar as a main focal point of 12. Makes sense. It's very, I mean, I've only been using this for like all of 2 or 3 hours so far, and I've found it to be pretty easy to use. Flatten and freeze was much needed. That, I don't, that's interesting. Is there like an easy way to do that? Like, let's see. I don't have any, I guess I do have synths here. So like, let's say if I have this. Oh, freeze and flatten track. Oh, wow. That is useful. Thank you. Thank you, Ratatat. I didn't yet know that was a feature, so. Nice. Ooh, I wonder if I put these in here, what happens? Oh! Bum, 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 bum. So maybe this is. That could be something cool. Again, this isn't for a particular song, so I don't need to like stay in key. I'm just making weird noises, but this sounds pretty cool. Your own royalties. Oh man. Well, if I can afford royalties one day, I will give them. Let's see. Oh, I still have the Valhalla that I want to play around with here. So maybe like, oh yeah, I already had some going on as well. You like that? Jump, 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 jump. Let's see what else we can throw in here. I'm just kind of playing around with sounds right now. Let's do some more like maybe like a house bass stab. I'd love to see what that sounds like. Ooh, that could be kind of cool. Just do this over here. Boom. Ooh. DJ Rams, is this a dubstep song you're making? So this actually probably won't even be a song. This is just like just making weird sounds that I can use for other songs. Some of my other songs happen to be kind of dubstep-y, but I wouldn't say I really make pure dubstep. I really come from like almost like a pop, emo rock kind of point of view, and then I add in these sounds because I think they're nasty and I love them, and I love finding ways to like marry the two together in a way that like really makes sense and is super powerful. So this will probably not be released as it is right here. I mean, I'm just kind of, the drums just kind of help me feel around with the rhythm. Let's see, Ratatat. I don't know if I play around with color bass, but a plugin called Chroma just dropped, and apparently it's much better than Pitch Map and way cheaper. Funny you mentioned that. I actually have it. That's what this session was originally. That's why even amongst these dubstep kind of vibes, I have these chords which I was using to play around with Chroma. Here, I can show it to you if you want to see what it looks like, if you want to kind of decide if it's something that you like. Let me see. So I had it set up for MIDI. So basically, let's go ahead. Let me see. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. Let me get it working again. So hold on. We're routing the MIDI. Here we go. So no color. Oh, I have it on arpeggio mode, but that could be kind of cool. Maybe we automate this color so it's like maybe starts off like gets a little bit more chordy as it goes, and then we can try the opposite way obviously too. Oh, don't. If you have cracked plugins, honestly, like for the longest time. So I've been doing this for like probably 10ish years, maybe a little bit more, but like for real, probably like 5 where I'm like making music more days than I'm not. But I've been messing around for 10 or 11 years, and like for the first few years, I just couldn't I couldn't afford to buy any of this shit. So Ableton was actually, you know what? So this quick little sidebar, funny story. The way that I even got Ableton in the first place was couldn't afford it. So, but I saw that Best Buy, you could buy these drum pads which had Ableton Live Lite trials, or not trials, but it was like the light version of Ableton. So what I did was I researched the policy, and you could return physical stuff, but any free software that came with it, obviously you've already opened it, you can't return it, but they don't make you like pay any restocking fee or anything like that. So what I did was I bought the drum pad, realized I fucking suck at drum pads, and so I returned it, but I got to keep Ableton Lite. So that's what I used for like the first year of just getting started, and just down at that point it was downloading plugins off of Pirate Bay when Pirate Bay was still a thing. But so yeah, don't be ashamed if you got some crack shit. Everyone starts there, but like once you can kind of, I think it is good karma to once you can contribute to the the companies that make these things, because it's good stuff. So yeah, don't feel obligated like you have to now. But we could be a little bit more aggressive on this, like I don't know if it would be more helpful to like have it lead into the chord, like or have it be chord first and then like kind of slide into the non-chordy sound. I feel like actually chord first, so you have it in your head, and then go into the like the non-chord, which is like the more aggressive sound. Yes. Yeah, I think I like that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, so Chroma is pretty sick, and for $40, because I paid the $300 for pitch map, and got a lot of good ideas, made some songs, but Chroma, for the money, $40, you can get 90% of the way there, and honestly, it sounds pretty damn good. So I would say good job to them. Wonder if I put like a tremolator on this or something. Tremolator. Wait, where is this? I don't have it. What the hell? There should be a plugin. Oh, Wait, am I nuts? Isn't it called tremolator? Sound toys. Oh, maybe I can't be sound toys. What the fuck is going on here? Why can't I, here, maybe I'll try Ableton or 12's new thing. Sound toys S. What? What is happening? Why can't I? Oh, VST3. There we go. That's why. Sound toys. Tremolator. There we go. Okay. Let's try this. There's different shapes. What if I put this earlier? Maybe put this earlier too. Kind of interesting. And the one awesome thing about Chroma too is if you don't have MIDI coming to it, it'll still play, which is not the case with pitch map. If you don't have any MIDI playing to it, it'll just be completely silent, which is really annoying when you have sections that are like pitch mapped and ones that aren't. So good on them for making that improvement. Cool. All right. Let me see. What are we at here? 25 minutes. I'm gonna do this for another 5, because I need to go to the gym, get some exercise today. Well, let's see. All right, what else can we do? Let's try one more thing. Let's make another cool sound. Ooh, that could be cool. Let's see what that sounds like. That sounds pretty similar. Okay, so I think for the house stabs, they end up generally sounding kind of similar. Yes, I understand. Yeah. Okay, so maybe let's, like, what would be a completely different sound? House stab. What if I can just do random? Like just random sounds all together. See what happens. I haven't tried percussion to this chain. See what happens there. It even makes just a simple clap crazy. That's cool. And you know what I could even do? Kick top. Like add a little bit of like an attack. Like that could be kind of cool. So like take this and like kind of combine them together. Just adds a little bit more, and then maybe even try something different for the tail, like reverb. I wonder if we could just like, that could be interesting. Like just really combine these sounds in like a weird way. No. How about this? Maybe like this. Combine them potentially? I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm liking that. Okay, so I think we kind of understand what this chain is basically doing to any of these sounds, making it sound chow, chow. Let's try more, like one more dubstep hit. Or like, no. Web. Random. Ooh, that one could be cool. That could be interesting in here. Let's see. I wonder what happens if I like. Ooh. Oh, that's disgusting. Okay, let's keep some of those around, like like maybe. What happens if we put them a little closer together? Wow, wow, like wow, 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 wow. There's something to be done there. I don't know exactly what it is, but that's a mean sounding sound. DJ Rams, do you use a plugin for chords? Oh, like to make chords? No. I'm a piano player, or at least I was, but I can't play shit anymore. But I'm still able to kind of do the chords myself. I have this guy here in front of me at all times, just like a little mini keyboard, so I generally just kind of play it to feeling. But there are plenty of good like chord plugins, like there's like Captain Chords, and I think there's a few others that'll like help you. But even honestly, you could do it with Ableton now with the scale feature. If you just kind of played around with it a bit, which is honestly sometimes even better than using those. Just play around and see what sounds good. Just like I'm doing. I mean, this might all sound terrible at the end of this, but I'm just kind of playing around with it. That sounds crazy. Rock. That one could be interesting. Let's try this. Oh, did it not load? There we go. That's kind of cool, almost like a breath. Wow, wow. That could be interesting. GS, how's your ear health? Pretty good. I'm very careful with it. Yeah, and I don't know if you can tell, but this is not very loud at all. I'm listening to it on the speakers. Yeah, there's really no... I feel like while you're making music, I don't know. I just don't listen loud pretty much at all. I'll listen to it really loud maybe like once throughout the kind of life cycle, the entire song. Literally once, just so I can really like feel the drums and kind of just, because really for the bass stuff, I look at the meter. So I can kind of tell what's going on, but just to like reaffirm that what I think is happening down there in the low end is actually happening, I'll play it loud. But even then, if I'm just feeling the bass, I'll literally go like this. So like I'm just feeling it more than like getting blasted. So no, listen at a moderate level. You don't want to have tinnitus, however you pronounce it. That's something you do not want. It would be really depressing if it's something that you really love. If you love doing music and you can't hear that well anymore, that's a shitty day. So listen low. Let's call this more samples playing around. Boom. Cool. All right, y'all. Well, I appreciate you hanging with me. I think we got some interesting sounds. We'll just listen to it all the way back. Playing around. These chords. Don't, and then something could come in after it. But yeah, so we made some pretty cool sounds. That is really gross. That one right here. It's like really slow and muddy, almost sounding like you're stuck in cement and you're just sinking. I like that. So anyway, I'm gonna render a little preview of this, so I have it to use as a reference for later. But yeah, cool. Well, thank you again for joining me here. And for those who don't know me, anyone who's new here, my name is Nick Signs. You can find me on Spotify. I haven't released a bunch of my music yet. There's a lot of good stuff coming. So there's some good stuff there, but I would definitely stay tuned, because all this stuff is going towards an album, which I'm just kind of in the midst of finishing up. Because for this one, I have a song that's like mostly finished, but it just needs a cool sound in one place. So I'm hopeful with this. We'll be getting some cool sounds. But anyway, cool. Well, until next time, hope you have a creative day. Hope you find inspiration wherever you look. And I'll catch you next time. Peace. Oh, thank you. I'm going to go get a good workout. I promise. All right.